Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another 2023 330i. It's the G20 chassis. It is in Dravit gray, which for Mexico plant builds, which is all the US market. It's a new color. Also included tanzanite blue in that as well. So at least they've upped the color palette for 330s built in Mexico. I imagine eventually you're going to get individual colors available. I don't know if it's going to be like true individual, like built in Germany, or Spartanburg, where there's a set list of what you can choose from. I imagine that's going to happen once production gets underway for the M2. Won't be the first batch, probably 2023 calendar year. We'll have to wait and see. I've heard rumors about that happening, so we'll see if it comes to fruition. It's definitely a good choice for being able to do, basically, rather than getting stuck with white, black, gray, blue, and red, I think. Sunset orange, I think, is still available. All right, so let's talk about this one in particular. So this is a car built for store inventory and then was basically sold in transit, but then that customer backed out. But we've got the Shadowline package. You can see blacked out and a much more aggressive front end than the pre-LCI version. And of course, we also have the revised headlights with new sort of angel eyes. You can see the cornering light, that's included in the Shadowline package as well. It's basically like the inserts around the headlight are black, making it look much more aggressive. Moving over to the side, we've got 791M wheels in bi-color, which I think is a good contrast with Dravit gray. Now, a lot of you guys do like the black wheels to go with Dravit gray. I'm not a fan of that one. Black wheels are okay, but having it show up in photographs, that's the problem, at least in my point of view. Also got the red M Sport calipers, so very good contrast with Dravit gray with the sort of bronzish flaking in the paint, which brings out different shades of gray, and even some green in some cases. So we'll take it in as we get out of direct sunlight and see that car gets a lot darker. So out back, we've got a spoiler in gloss black. 330i badging. New taillight. Well, no, taillights are the same, I think. Out back, a much more aggressive faux diffuser. So a lot of high gloss black is in this car in the rear bumper. Again, no real aerodynamic function, just for show. I think it looks pretty good. And here's Dravit gray out of direct sunlight, basically a dark medium gray. We'll take a look at the inside, go over the pricing and options. And we'll pop the hood as well, take a look at the B48. So opening up, we agree with Decora red. Perforated Centitech, a very nice combination with Dravit gray. I think probably the best one out there. Of course, many of you will like black, and that's fine. But I think it's a good contrast. Cognac is another good choice as well. A very good seat design, nice comfort as well. So one thing you lose along with ventilated seats possibility is, I can't remember, ventilated seats are on option for the 3 Series, but you also lose the side bolster support. Do have lumbar support for the driver only still. All right, inside, no surprise, iDrive 8. There's your instrument panel in sport mode. And the iDrive 8 screen as well over to the center of the console. The trim in here is aluminum rhombosil anthracite, so a darker trim. It looks pretty good. There's a little bit of texture to it as well. Moving down the center console, we of course have our gear selector nub, parking gear, everything else you'd come to expect. Alright, so iDrive 8, going to the vehicle apps. Now remember, all your settings are going to be in here. Especially things like driving settings. That's going to include your intelligent safety features. That's how you're going to be able to disable them. Now, just like So just like, again, sorry for the glare here, it's all on camera, it's not in person. So what you can do is you can actually press and hold just like on an iPad or an iPhone and drag these around to where it's easier to get to. Of course, pressing and holding, you can also make this a shortcut or anything within the sub-menus on there. That's one way you can basically use a shortcut to get the driving assistance stuff, all your intelligent safety features. You can basically press and hold, add to shortcuts so you have a quick access menu to that, just like you used to with the 1 through 8 buttons. But that's what you have to do with iDrive 8 now. Alright, so let's talk about pricing and options. So you can see starting price of the 330i, $42,300. Dravit Gray Metallic being a premium semi-individual color, another $1,500. Centitech is included. Driving assistance package for another $700. I don't know why that's not standard. We got the shell arm package for another $1,300. M Sport package for another $3,100. The adaptive M suspension for another $550. Now you notice that in that center console you don't have the adaptive button anymore. So premium package for another $1,350. There we go. Let's see if we can get this in place where you can read it. So you have deletion of the digital key. So if you do opt for wireless charging, you will get that digital key back. So another $300 for the personal eSIM 5G and $875 for Harman Kardon sound system. All told, MSRP of just under $53,000. So I think maybe a little bit on the pricey side, but you do get pretty good options if you go with the Harman Kardon. Parking assistance package is still not available on the 3 Series. It's made its way back to the X3 recently. So I imagine it's only a matter of time before it's back on the 3 Series. That's, I think, something that many people would like on the car. Alright, so we pop the hood, let's take a look at the B48. So here's what it looks like under the hood. So it's B48, it's an inline 4-cylinder engine, turbo engine of course. 2-liter in displacement, putting out 255 horsepower and 295 torques. That's it. So it's a a relatively potent engine, not overpowering, but definitely adequate. I think the 0 to 60 time is estimated to be 5.6 seconds by BMW, so you can probably shave another 3/10 or so off that for real-world scenarios. And so take one more walk around Dravit Gray. Taking it in. Again, a really good color. I think for our dealership, probably one of our favorite colors to order. We have it on a lot of the vehicles. Of course, new for this year is also Brooklyn Gray, which of course is basically on everything now. A super popular color. But out of those grays, I think Dravit Gray looks really, really great. It's a very dynamic color with all the metallic flaking, giving off different hues of those grays, even getting some green, at least from what I can see. But that's it for a quick tour around yet another 330i. We'll see you at the next video.